welcome to another episode of Weapon Review. That's the name we're going with. We're going with Weapon Review. Today's episode is the Merida Assault Rifle from Starship. Super Earth High Command has just informed me that is not the correct name of the weapon. We're actually doing the Liberator Penetrator. This actually happens to be one of my favorite weapons in the game. It may not hold up as much as it used to, but when this was first unlocked by me, I used this a lot. This was like Destiny's darling for me for a long time. It's probably going to be the first medium pen armor weapon you use, unless you get a war bond and grind that out first. I don't know, I've seen some people run around with the Adjudicator at a really low level instead of the Liberator Penetrator. So I think the Liberator Penetrator is far better than it used to be. It used to just do 45 damage a shot, which is... imagine doing less damage than the Pacifier. Yikes. But it's come a long way, especially if you upgrade and get the drum mag. So fun fact real quick. To the Adjudicator bros. A 45 round mag of the Liberator Penetrator does the same amount of damage as the Adjudicator base, but if you get the drum mag, that makes the Liberator Penetrator finally just a little bit better. And it is incredibly satisfying to use because I think it looks like the Starship Troopers rifle, just like, you know how people skirt copyright? Like that. It's like we have Starship Troopers at home. It'll see you through, as you'll see in the footage coming up here. This weapon will see you through anything. Excellent chaff killer. Can kill medium pen armor enemies, which is nice. It just doesn't hit as hard as the standard Liberator. This next little segment has nothing to do with the video. This was just incredibly cinematic. I joined a random super Helldive following this walker in, and this just hit unbelievably hard. I had to keep this in. Unbelievably tactical gameplay from random bug divers. You won't ever see this again on the bug front. So as you can see here, the Liberator Penetrator, it is an incredibly effective weapon against chaff. It's just very noticeable that it does not do as much damage as the standard Liberator. You can see me burn through my bullets here incredibly fast, opting to switch out for the flamethrower as the bugs close in a bit. So it's important that you pair the Liberator Penetrator with something that can support you if you run out of ammo, because it is very ammo hungry, having less overall damage than the standard Liberator. This next part I think it'll be very important to notice. See, here we have two medium armored enemies, completely ignoring the Brood Commander's armored shell, and showing a bile spewer that the fascist armor they wear is no use for the Super Earth bullet. Something important to note here is you'll notice that I'm getting the white hit marker when I hit the medium armored part. So I am technically going through the armor, but I'm only doing half damage, which for the Liberator Penetrator isn't very much. So you're really kind of trading the simplicity of the medium armor pen weapon versus the precision higher damage of the standard AR light armor pen. That's really personal preference though at the end of the day. All Liberty's enemies deserve the bullet. So here's another great example of Liberator Penetrator being a phenomenal weapon for dealing with any enemies. Being able to throw this many rounds downrange with the drum mag is unbelievable. So overall, the Liberator Penetrator I think is a great weapon for the bug front. It'll see you through. I will say I think there's better choices than on the bug front. I don't think this is the front that it truly shines on. We're going to get to that front next, right after this little transition. Boom, how about that one? I wanted to talk about the bot front a little more in depth on this one, because I think the Liberator Penetrator is probably the first weapon you'll use here on this front if you're new. Because people always say, oh, you need medium pen for the bot front. I think it is the most effective on this front, just because it's nice to be able to ignore enemies, because in the heat of the moment, sometimes you can't exactly afford the time to be looking for the weak points on the enemies. So I think Liberator Penetrator really shines here, especially with the drum mag. I know people don't like to just waste bullets, but there is a suppressing mechanic on the bots. You can suppress the bots, so a drum mag gives you some extra ammo to, you know, help the team out. I know, that's a crazy concept for most divers, but I imagine if you're watching this channel, you're probably more enlightened than the average diver. When on the bot front, it's very important that you balance your loadout. It's good to have a medium pen primary, but you also should still... I'm a strong believer in the explosive equipment. I know some people say, ooh, explosives are just a cope. I know there's like a cult of divers very anti-explosive because they're good. Look, on the bot front, I'm a staunch believer having an explosive weapon is genuinely important. But I'll just leave it at that. I think explosives are good on any front. There's a reason they exist. The Liberator Penetrator honestly excels on the bot front at dealing with the chaff as well. A couple shots into a standard bot drops it. See, I think that's what Liberator Penetrator and ballistic weapons like this come in clutch, because you know what? If you're running, like, I don't know, say a plasma weapon, you gotta waste a shot on them. The ballistics bros stay laughing as we take them out with 2 bullets and have about 70 more to throw at the enemies. So the thing is, there's not much to say on the bot front. Honestly, balance your Liberator Penetrator with an explosive weapon and you won't have a single problem on this front. Transition. Boom! Okay, squid front. I think this weapon rocks here. This thing can decimate chaff, it can kill overseers, it can kill stingrays, and it can kill harvesters if you really need to. Though I would still prefer using my support weapon for that. What I'm saying, though, is having a medium pen weapon like the Liberator Penetrator is literally perfect. You can bring whatever support weapon you want, pretty much. So I think the overall verdict, and the whole point of the video at this point, is that the Liberator Penetrator is a phenomenal weapon. Probably the first medium pen weapon you get, which I think will turn a lot of people on to medium armor pen and make people think it's superior. I was a medium pen bro for a long time thanks to this weapon. Any attachments are viable. You can run the grip and the compensator for a minimal recoil build, or you can run the angled with a laser like I do. Recoil's not hard to manage in this game. Don't let anybody lie to you and say it isn't. Overall though, some tips with this weapon. I think it's still good you aim for weak points, even though you have medium armor pen. Don't let it become your crutch, because I think that makes you a worse player. But also utilize the fact that you can go through medium pen in a bad situation. There's not going to be any armory section for this one because it has the same equipment / attachments as the standard Liberator. If you haven't seen the first episode, I would suggest you go watch the first episode. It's just as amateurish as this one. Don't worry, by the end of this series we're going to have some top quality air quote production. These are just short and sweet and to the point reviews. You know, I think it's important that people know about the weapons, and I know some people rather not take them out, so let me do it for you. Anyway, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Like it if you like it. Comment what you think of the weapon. Or tell me I suck for how many shots I whiffed. Look, you're right. Sometimes I whiff. I get a little shaky sometimes. I probably have Parkinson's onset early. Cope. I hope. But yeah, that's the video. See that shot? Did you see that shot? I'll see you all in the next one. I'm out.
Requesting sentry!